everyone, welcome back to my channel, Astrology Beans. Today we are going to continue discussing the astrological chart for Sheikh Hamdan Al Maktoum. And today we are going to discuss his social planets as well as his outer planets. His social planets represent Jupiter and Saturn. His outer planets represent Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. So I'm going to begin with Jupiter, and Jupiter represents your luck, growth, and expansion. So for Jupiter and Scorpio, these individuals tend to be very knowledgeable. They seek out the truth and knowledge behind everything. Extremely passionate with everything they do. They're able to change and transform when the situation asks for it, and their luck lies when they are helping others. Next is Saturn, and Saturn is discipline and taskmaster. And Saturn sometimes gets a bad rap. Some of you may have heard your Saturn return, and honestly, Saturn is not a bad guy. He is kind of like the father figure in the sky, where he is just looking out for your best interests. So if you're not on your right path in life, he's going to knock you into it. And sometimes that little knock hurts. So that's kind of where people think it's a bad transition when you're having your Saturn return. But really, if you work with Saturn, Saturn's going to work with you. So with Saturn in Libra, these individuals seek justice. They're great negotiators, and they're willing to fight for the rights of others. They see the full picture in any situation. They're very persuasive, and they have a great personality. When you're in a relationship, though, you can lose yourself in it. And I know I said this about his Venus. It feels like marriage can define who they are, and then can represent their self-worth. So they can be very impulsive when it comes to marriage. So if they're in a great relationship, what comes to mind, like what just popped into my head, is like trophy wife. So sometimes Saturn in Libras will marry somebody that may not be very good for them, may use them, maybe younger, that maybe someone that's just, they have so little in common, but they're so beautiful that they'll instantly get in a relationship, marry them just because it makes them look good. Like, oh, hey, this 70-year-old guy can pull this 20-year-old woman. Like, oh, he must be an amazing individual. So that's kind of what popped into my head for that example. But keep in mind, this is not for everyone. They can also, so when they get into these impulsive marriages, this can also lead to multiple divorces. So maybe they'll open their eyes and be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have married them, divorce. But then 6 months later down the road, oh my God, I love you, let's get married. So they kind of go through this cycle. And again, that's not every Saturn in Libra. It's just a possibility. Next, I'm going to talk about Uranus and Sagittarius. And Uranus, I like Uranus. It's what makes you unique. It's what makes you different, what makes you stand out. And I really like that. I wish more people would show their uniqueness. I kind of feel like everybody's a carbon copy these days, and I just, I love it when I see people express themselves uniquely. So with Uranus and Sagittarius, these individuals tend to be very honest and philosophical. Seeks constant ways to educate oneself to feed their growth. Genuine and real. Constantly seeks what is real in the world. When others are not living their true selves, this can be difficult for Uranus and Sagittarius to accept or understand. And they also dislike social norms and societal expectations. So usually they will go against what society is expecting of them. They want others to open up their mind as well and to show them the bigger picture. Like, okay, this is what society expects of me, but maybe that's not the right path, or maybe that's just not the right path for me. And they want to show others that, and they want to show that just because it works for one, it doesn't work for all. And I really like that about Uranus and Sagittarius. Next, we have Neptune and Sagittarius. So Neptune represents your dreams, secrets, and fantasies. And Neptune is, I mentioned earlier that the outer planets are more generational. And so for Neptune, Neptune was in Sagittarius from 1971 to 1984. So a lot of people are going to have Neptune and Uranus. And so that's kind of why they call it a generation, or a generational planet. Excuse me. These individuals love to explore the world. They're passionate about travel. Not only do they want to travel, but they want to make the world a better place. They seek the truth, philosophy, and freedom. They're empathic to others. They tend to seek adventures, sometimes reckless or dangerous, and I can definitely see this with some of his skydiving and stuff. And they do that to actually feel fulfilled. So when he does these reckless things that we've seen him do in the past, he's feeling some sort of, he's wanting to feel fulfilled there by doing it. So that's Neptune and Sagittarius. Finally, we have Pluto in Libra. And Pluto in Libra is your Generation X. And this is, again, 1971 to 1984. And Pluto represents your transformation and rebirth. So Pluto in Libras, they love balance and diplomacy. So think of the sign Libra, they're the scales. So anytime you have anything with Libra, they're always going to want balance in any situation. They're interested in transforming social justice and wants to make a difference in the world. They can give everything they have for the cause, even if it depletes them. Self-sacrificing, and they want balance and fairness in the world for all. So that's all I have for this video today. If you like it, let me know. Give me a like. If you want to see more videos, hit subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, or anything, just let me know in the comment section below. And the next video will be his aspects. Thanks.